We cracking. Whoosh. Cracking all the damn things.
So, I don't know if you noticed, but I changed the rat cracking and all
that
stuff.
It sent me a notification. I was like, that's cool.
Well, if you remember right, that was my original thing. Is like, I think I wanted to call us rat cracking, but then you wanted the drop down, I don't know how you want to call it, but like the Rainbow Company towards it starts here. And what was the Wing Company? What was that one that we were basing it off of?
We had rat cracking.
Right, but I mean the Hot Wings or that, what was that thing that you were...
Oh, no, it was just a comparison of their business tree.
But how did that work?
It was their First We Feast is their channel, and then Hot Ones
I think when we did
show
that
on their channel.
When we did that, and I was already worried about that at that part, that I was kind of worried that we were way over our heads because we don't have many people that is doing anything. And, with you not holding your end of half of anything, with editing, I'm just fucking with you. No, with both of us being slam busy, in order for us to do that, we would have had to not only work on one brand, but we would have had to work on the other brand, which then I think it also became kind of a confusing thing to where mainly what we're working on is All Things Crackin, which is this podcast that you guys are watching and listening to right now. I feel like also the whole rat cracking was kind of just to explain is from, and by the way, I'm going to have to keep going in and out just to make sure my dog is done whining. It's been an interesting day with animals. Lost the one pet.
Rest in power, Barry.
Yeah, Barry Sanders, my rooster. He was such a good freaking shit. And by good shit, I mean he never let you touch him. And that's why he was good shit. Like, he literally would be like, who? Juke moves. Yep. So that's why we called him Barry Sanders. It was kind of like a double meaning because it was kind of like I'd call him the Colonel every once in a while. So he was like Colonel Sanders. Oh, no. That was like the inside joke,
Colonel Barry Sanders.
Yeah,
That's dope.
But you never could touch this guy. What is wild is like...
He'd check you, too. He'd come flying around the corner on me a couple times.
Well, he's got these fucking talons like this. The reason why he came around the corner because he thought you'd be giving him food.
Probably. He still freaked me out.
What's wild even about that is that he never ate the food. He always just gave it to his bitches, his hens.
The hose.
So, like, that was the part, and I think about this today, like, for one, it's not like I got super emotional about it, but in the same,
Man,
you want your pets.
Barry.
Yeah, dude, it sucks, but
you should be sorry.
It's the part that it was like, man, I feel like a bad dad, bad chicken dad.
Bad chicken dad.
And, fucking... I
would too.
My first and only rooster, so...
Yeah, what do? You just can't pluck another rooster in the midst of all them hoes.
What's going to happen is actually we are trying that because my buddy that has the chickens and roosters down the road here, he's like, I got a couple extra roosters, so probably will be doing that. The way I think that what happened is because it's happened before, because we live next to surrounding by farms, that I think a farm actually... Farm cats, they're everywhere. Oh, yeah. They usually get the mice. So when it comes to this late part of the night, even whatever, they're wandering around and shit. And I think that maybe one of them got into the cage. 1 second.
Old Barry.
No. Well, so the time that I did catch a cat in the kennel or in their coop, I was looking at it and I was like, what the heck's going on here? Like I saw one dead black chicken and then... It looked like there was I was like, oh man, there's like 2 or 3 of them dead.
I remember that. That wasn't that long ago.
Quite a few months back. Probably about 6 maybe, but the same within the year.
Yeah.
When I'm looking, I'm like, dude, what's going on here? And it turns out like there was a cat just still chewing on one of the chickens. Oh, and not like going to town, like getting in for meat. It was like he was just bored and just kind of pawing at it and doing that.
Oh, hell.
And then I'm looking on like their posts that they have. They got like they like to sleep on up higher on like a little perch thing.
Okay.
So while they're doing that, Barry's like still in there just watching this cat go to town on the other chickens.
Didn't do nothing about it?
Or maybe did, but just was like, hey, you can have that one. But leave these ones alone. Like, do you ever wonder how animals communicate? There's got to be some bit of communication.
It's funny you say that today of all days because I just showed Jack. I don't know if you're familiar with the cartoon Wild Thornberrys.
No,
the main character is a girl who could talk to animals. They have the Rugrats meet, and then there's a dog you've never seen, or a dog you've seen for years. They finally give it a voice because that girl can hear it. So it's weird. So I'm like, just thinking in my head while the animals are talking to each other, I'm like, it's so weird. You know what I mean? Like, because in real life, that dog will be barking and this cat will be making weird noises, but they break it down with voices. So I'm like, I would that even work? You know what I mean? Would these cats and dogs even be able to act like they can get along, but can they communicate like that?
There's got to be something. I'm
agreeing too. Yeah,
I'm assuming that there's some sort of cat podcasts and chicken podcasts and different things.
Sure.
The chicken YouTube
in a parallel universe.
Yeah,
everything's chicken.
But so like literally these, it was just odd to me to see that there was a cat that got in and it was just small amounts of space that he somehow, I was going to say weaseled his way, but it would actually be catted his way in. He didn't weasel, he catted in. Got inside the fucking coop somehow, even though it's all like Fort Knox that I thought, and then there's a little crack that he must have got in through. And I'm like, dang it, you know? So like that was previous. Kind of looking again today, like it almost feels like maybe there was a spot that they could have gotten in, or...
Did they catch him slipping outside?
Well, yes, that could have been too. Because I have let the things open and then they roam around throughout. That's why they're outside chickens and do their thing.
Oh yeah, they're always around.
Free range. Free range chickens. They ranged free.
They make good eggs. So if there's a difference.
I
don't know
think
if there
so.
Is, but they do. There's definitely a difference in the eggs, but I don't know if that.
I was always curious. Like in Colorado, there's chickens that only eat hemp and only eat frickin' marijuana and whatever. Like literally, so when you feed or you're eating a chicken that's infused with some of that THC or different chemicals or whatever you want, it's literally had his whole life just eating leaves and
higher than fudge.
You know, like when you get into that, you're
no, you are not getting high.
You're eating.
There's no way.
What do you mean?
You think this THC just sits and settles in there, doesn't get digested and pooped out?
I don't know.
It's just chilling dormant, ready to be
I'm
activated.
saying that if there was one, we just determined that organic chickens would taste better than the ones that are not free range.
Well, yeah, their eggs definitely do. So does
so
some meat.
So I mean, and that's the same thing. I feel like with the meat would be like if it was only ever introduced to marijuana, then there's probably. I'm not saying you're gonna get high off of that part. You're still infusing it to infuse it. I'm saying that the taste would be probably stronger or different in those regards.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, my dad actually just showed
like gamey. It's just like hunting for something compared.
Yes.
You know?
My dad just showed me a photo today. He's actually hunting right now. 'Tis the season for everybody to be hunting and all that stuff.
Out. I see all the cars pulled over, where the trucks are pulled over on the shoulder, and they're just trucking through pieces of wood. It's so dope living in Wisconsin. Yeah. A lot of people don't get to see that kind of stuff.
My dad said that this post, he's like, do you know this guy? And I don't know him. I don't know if you know him. If you want to call that guy out if you know him. No, so guess where he shot that at? Supposedly it's like right out by the dump.
Really?
So then my dad's like, if you did know him, you might want to tell him to take it the frick off Facebook or whatever, because he's in city limits.
Yeah, you can't do that.
So then he might have like this world record buck to then basically just advertising himself in the wrong.
And to get illegal.
Yeah.
I wonder how big of a fine that is.
Well, it's a DNR type situation. Yeah. So I mean,
they're dicks.
Yeah, it's like $5,000.
I'm not saying they for proper reasons. If anybody's a DNR watcher,
yeah, well, but it's the ability that they have almost more jurisdiction over police and counties and sheriffs and all that.
They go off the road, baby.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want. So
they go off every path.
So those guys, whatever.
Yeah.
But going back to the story, so this freaking dump deer, that's been just chewing on trash its whole life.
That's a fair assessment.
So is this?
Wow, maybe. Are they
like literally you cut into some venison and it just farts on you?
Because I don't ever
like it's just some gamey smelling.
My buddy Chris had a rib. We were eating ribs
like
one
the fucking Thanksgiving or the what is that?
I know what you're talking about.
The Christmas vacation when they open up the turkey or the goose or whatever that is and it just goes. It's all dried out.
My buddy Chris had that moment kind of like that. We were all eating ribs and he took a bite and he's like, ugh, and I was like, what? He goes, I don't know what, but that tasted rancid. And I was like, what the hell? Like it had to be something like that. If all the other ribs were fine, like it didn't make, they're off the same rack. But yeah, it was weird. But yeah, that's all I think of is like, God, that'd be so gross.
Yeah.
Do you just bite in and get foul garbage? You think it's fresh deer?
Right.
Or fresh venison, whatever.
And then, I don't know, man. But going back to the chicken, it was kind of shitty because, I'm looking at all the hens when I just opened up because it's been raining the last couple of days. So I've left them in their coop and left them, I just go feed them in the morning and that's kind of about it. And then today I'm like, wait a minute, where's the dude that's the dude? Where's frickin' Barry at? Because he's like 3 times the size of everyone else.
Oh, yeah. He's noticeable.
And, that's like yesterday I remember seeing a hawk across the street, and a hawk was like literally like just scouting on the telephone wire. But I've seen them do that before. I don't know if a hawk can, like, again, Barry's 3 times the size of the hawk. So I don't know how a hawk can definitely probably kill him. Because there's not like much fighting things to a chicken,
right?
So like yes, he's got those talons, but I don't know if he's even instinctively able to know that all right, I got to fight back here. And
that's probably pretty retarded.
I think that's literally what it was, because like even when he's sitting in the same coop and just like, he's just chewing on my lady.
They don't give a fuck.
Like, whatever.
You chewing me next?
Yeah. Like, what's happening here?
You're not gonna eat me like that, are you?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But I don't know. Like I said, I think it might have been a cat. But either which way, didn't see feathers anywhere. So it's like there would have had to been, I thought, a struggle of some sort. The other chickens seemed like they kind of got into a scrapping too. And then the worst part is I remember like editing yesterday at the computer in the office and then being like, I hearing a big commotion and shit. And I'm like, he's just fucking them. He's, because there's always commotion when you're having sexy time with the chicks and he's up on some backs and whatnot, just doing his thing. Yeah, I don't know. Shitty day for that. Obviously been on my mind. Something about the dog.
I don't know. Either way, doesn't matter. That's what we're here for. You guys are here to listen to us ramble.
Yeah, moving on from that. So there was, what else we got? We got...
we got tons of stuff on the menu all the time. We just don't eat it. We don't eat here. We just cook.
We just drink these.
We just drink whatever.
You're on Clutch
today.
Clutch
today, yep.
So that's in the same container or the same cooler that...
I think
these are in.
Yeah, I think this is made in Wisconsin.
And you went past the one that's...
Random Lake, Wisconsin.
Yep.
Ha! Kept it local-ish. I'm going to be up all night.
Going back to the Zoas, though, too.
Fucking Zoas.
Saw that Dwayne Claus, or whatever it is.
Yeah, what did he call himself? Dwayne Claus?
Dwayne
Claus.
Dwayne Claus, The Rock Johnson. He's giving away some stuff starting November 1st, and he's partnered up with like Walmart and Ford and all these different things. And he's just talking about, I think there's 12 days. The reason why is because I'm not sure the exact day of when November 12th is when it releases. So, yes. Red Notice, it's his new Netflix show. It's also got, who's it have in there? Ryan Reynolds, and who's the female?
She's a honey, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, she ain't.
Gal Gadot.
Hey, Gal.
Gal, yeah.
So she's nice on the eyes, is what she is.
Yes, she's a very good-looking woman.
But
it is not telling me much.
So here's what
there we go.
Here's what I was going to tell you, or you can go ahead and read it. I just wanted to say the money part of it. So it's highest budgeted thus far that Netflix is went into.
Is that because they got Dwayne Johnson and Ryan Reynolds though? You know what I mean?
Either which way, that's
is it budgeted for the movie or the act?
It's part of that, I'm assuming. It has to be, but in the same. That's the way Dwayne even pitched it.
It's PG-13.
Go ahead, give the storyline. What do we got for a? What do we got for a little pitch?
Gosh, probably some basic cop movie, right?
My gosh, I think it is.
When an Interpol issued Red Notice, the highest-level warrant to hunt and capture the world's most wanted goes out. The FBI's top profiler, John Hartley,
Special Agent
John Hartley
is on the case.
Yes.
His global pursuit finds him smack dab in the middle of a daring heist. Oh, who would have fucking known? Where he's forced to partner with the world's greatest art thief. Oh, who could that be? Ryan friggin' Reynolds?
Yeah.
So Nolan Booth, who's Ryan Reynolds.
Well,
in order to catch the world's most wanted art thief, which is the girl. So they team up together because a cop and a thief. Because the thief knows about the thieves, and that's just like, what movie? What movie are we thinking of? Blue Street.
Every one of them.
You fucking bastard.
So, I can see you wouldn't put Ryan Reynolds as the... I don't know. You just got to put the FBI guy as Dwayne Johnson.
No,
right?
He's not a fucking art thief with all that
muscles. I
muscles.
wouldn't put it on that. Yeah,
he's not a fucking shiesty, quick, swift guy unless he knows how to pull a heist where he's like, I just walk in and walk out.
So that's gonna be actually one of our first movie reviews. I say.
I'm down.
We're gonna watch it together. Take notes, or we don't even have to watch it together.
Do we have to take notes, or do we just watch it together.
I want you to take notes.
Put our heads on it.
I want you to take very detailed notes. Actually, just write down all of the words of the script.
Just download the screenplay.
No, you have to keep up with it. Like pause, rewind, go back, write down. What did she say again? What did she say again?
Like Plop on The Office when he's like, my brother dared me to watch Die Hard and remember every freaking line or whatever, Plop. And he does.
I'm glad you brought that up and that you even knew that part. That's great.
Of course, I know. I watched a retarded amount of The Office.
I don't know. Watch your words.
The whole bunch.
Watch your words. That R word slipped and you didn't even know it.
Because it's not a bad word.
Is it? Like that's another part of almost that cancel culture thing. Like
I don't think
5-10 years ago.
It means to slow down. Like that's all it means. It's just like you're retarding your fall with a parachute.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a definition, legit.
Swear to God. I'll look it up right now.
I would like you to.
Delay or hold back in terms of progress, development, or accomplishment.
What's the word?
Obviously, when you use it as a noun, of course.
What's that sentence they have?
Well, of course, you can use it as a
term. Above that.
Thing. This right here?
Yeah,
that's what I said.
What's the progress? Our progress was
a delay or hold back.
No, the word, the sentence, right below that.
Our progress was retarded by unforeseen difficulties. Why is that a bad thing?
That's not a bad thing.
It's not. And now when you use it like a piece of shit, and like I'm not using it like a piece of shit.
Yeah. All right. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Well, maybe some of these people got some education just like I did today.
I hope so.
You know? Because that's what this show is really all about. We're just kind of...
We're here to learn things together, but it might not be what you wanted to learn today.
We're just kind of wasting time and doing shit. I was going to go live with this too because there's another thing that I wanted to, which we don't have on here. Did you see what happened with Zuck?
No. Oh, did he get testified against or whatever the fuck?
It's almost a little better than that.
I hear he's going to change the name of Facebook.
There you go. He has
officially did it.
Well, so Facebook's still going to go under Facebook, but the same thing of what we were talking about is that there is the hierarchy.
Oh, God.
Like the building itself that's in California or wherever the hell that is.
What's he going to die?
Facebook's changing its name to Meta. This is just one article that said that Facebook's changing its name to Meta is inspiring jokes and jabs of the rebrand.
Right, so they're making fun of him, which is, they make fun of everything Zuckerberg does. But
Zuckerberger, wouldn't that be a great spot to eat? Like the worst name, but then wouldn't you be intrigued to what does the Zuckerberg burger taste like?
What would you make the restaurant look like? Really plain or exciting?
Flat and bland.
That's what I was thinking too. Really boring.
Very basic. Free Wi-Fi.
Free Wi-Fi.
You get
only if you have a Facebook membership.
You got Meta maybe.
You have to be a Meta stockholder.
You probably would get paid. Well, that was the other thing about stocks I was thinking about. Is like probably is now if they. I don't think.
What are they dodging with that? Is what I'm getting at.
I don't know if it's always dodging. I think it's again. It's okay. It's like a level evolution though. You know, like back in the day it was MySpace, right? Mm-hmm. It just lost its flavor after 5 to 10 years or whatever the hell it was.
That sucks too because MySpace was dope.
It was pretty dope because in the way the kids say dope, I guess. But it was pretty tight. It was cool. It was rad.
It was bitchin'.
It was far out.
I love bitches.
What was good about that is that it actually taught people how to actually code, which like to making websites and to doing all that. I thought it was like onto something and being like a whole new level of like, all right, this is kind of cool.
Very customizable.
I remember wanting to getting excited about teaching my daughter how to make a MySpace to then get to the part of, you know,
this is a website.
This is how you create a website.
Yeah.
If you screw up your freaking one little letter or number, then it screws up your fucking thing. All right, going back to the Zuckerberg.
That's called hacking.
Yeah. He announced on Thursday, which is today, that the company has changed its name to Meta. Well, people aren't too impressed with the rebrand.
What have you named it, people? You know what I mean?
The company revealed that the rebrand on Thursday at its Connect event. I don't know why I struggled on it.
It's all right. You were ahead of yourself.
And
you're just ahead of
push towards the virtual world of the metaverse. So that's quote unquote metaverse.
What the fuck is
that
mean?
I thought I heard on the radio that it's something like that they're trying to move away from the computer and screen time and altogether, But I don't understand how that makes sense or what then the metaverse would be.
That's your bread and butter, Zuckerberg.
But, like, is this now getting into the...
Virtual?
Well, I always thought that when we were going towards Google, and Google was making the Google glasses, and since Google, like, kind of runs and owns everything, like they run in YouTube, yeah, Google's, you know, like... Well, when it was Google Glasses, I was seeing it then going into my vision of what I thought it would go to was Google Glasses are then going to be Google Contacts.
Oh, yeah.
And sooner than later, we're going to be RoboCop towards you can, like...
You have to be.
You know, when you see this on the bottom left corner of your eye, something pops up saying this is where you can buy these.
Oh, bro.
And... That is the way the Google Glasses do operate.
There's a game that's like that where everybody, I look at you, Jake Saley, age, blah, blah, blah.
Gives you your stats and all that stuff.
Everything was like that. Yeah, and there was one person who had hacked the system, and when it popped up, it said NA, and the cops were like, yo, what? And they started like chasing her around because she wasn't available.
I think you're thinking of Demolition Man.
They're making a second one of that. I'm going to get to that. I am.
All right.
No, I'm thinking it's more modern than Demolition Man, though. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. And I think I'm in the same boat. I think it's going to get like that too. And I think it's going to get like that because it's going to come down to a point where humans are going to have to keep up with artificial intelligence.
All right, here's what Zuckerfish said. Facebook is one of the most used products in the world, but increasingly it doesn't encompass everything that we do. Right now, our brand is so tightly linked to one product that it can't possibly represent everything we are doing.
Facebook, if Facebook was their name, it'd be like, okay, so you want SPE to be the thing that kind of does what we're talking about, whatever, like the top of the thing, right? Like All Things Crackin comes off of that, the wrestling thing comes off, the show thing that we're working on comes off of that, the skits come off of that.
Yeah, possibly. It's not even how I really
That's what he's thinking is like, it's like if we were to try to make All Things Crackin the all brand, we've already pretty much made it a podcast and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it'd be like, we're so focused on being a podcast, it'd be weird if we were like, we're selling cats now or something, you know, or what? No, I mean, that's coming out of left field. But I think he wants to do more than just be an app.
Cats.
Yeah, no, that was a bad example. We're selling roosters now by the fucking logo.
Terrible.
Bad time. That's always my luck too. But anyways, I think he's just trying to be known as more than just an app. And I think if they had Facebook on everything, that's all anybody would think about in his mind.
Well, what I think he's also trying to do is get away from the options of being able to have the negative comments and how to, like, I don't know if he's trying to rebuild a new platform, but like to getting away from some of that type of negative shit, I feel like is what he's trying to do.
Yeah, my thing with the hate speech thing too is like you guys have plenty of other places that you can go get away with just saying whatever you want. Like Reddit lets you put all sorts of crap in different pages and whatever the hell they got that are built for that, just to let you little weirdos vent out your problems because you gotta be weird and hate and everything.
What's meta actually stand for?
They did that one.
What's the definition?
Them everybody,
because there's a bunch of people that are actually giving him, you know, those comedy type things.
Well, the kids make it like a...
This all happened because Zuckerberg never met a girl until college.
It is a bad one for being the second definition.
What's it say?
Denoting position behind, after, or beyond.
What's the first one?
Denoting a change of position or condition. That one's a little less. Like metamorphosis.
Gotcha.
But that... I don't know if I like... I don't know.
Neither of them?
Denoting position behind, after, or beyond. Well, I mean, if you're starting a new thing and you're trying to make it better, why would you define it with something that is beyond or behind or after? Like, wouldn't you want something that's future tense? Like, we're the next step here. Yeah. You're kind of talking like you're going down the stairs instead
Here's
of
another
going
tweet.
Up them.
Facebook's new company name is Meta. It still has all the same problems it had this morning. So the name of the company is Meta. It's a cutting-edge, high-tech Web 3.0 company with no data and consumer exploitation issues whatsoever. Currently trading at a deep discount of fair value. I don't know what that...
See, I knew
These
I
are just
right.
more tweets.
Well, I knew kids were using Meta as slang. That's why I knew I heard this before. It's basically like... It's like being woke, pretty much, how kids say they're woke. It's the same damn thing that they use with this Meta thing. But they're basically like, you almost talk about yourself like you're watching yourself do stuff. Like, it's weird. It's self-referential.
So it's
basically like man, I don't even know what a good example would be.
Like you speaking about yourself, but like
kind of, but in a good way. Like it's humble.
Yeah,
like it's weird. It's like this dude's meta. Like look, it's so weird, dude. Kids are fucking weird. I love them.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know about what their real gain is with that, or.
I think he's just trying to put a new face, basically, on Facebook. I don't think he wants to be known as just Facebook. I think but I don't know. Yeah, I was wondering because I heard this on the radio, but I don't give a shit for talking too much when I'm awake in the mornings. When I'm like I don't really care, and I don't want to hear other people.
That's why I'm always trying to talk to you too.
I know he does. He fucking does too.
It is.
And they started talking.
Hey, Hoops.
She's like,
hey,
come back after this commercial break and find out what he's gonna name new film. I was like, oh fuck, and then I was just like, I'll Google it later, and then I just forgot about it. And now you're bringing it up, and here we are. So I learned, I figured it out. It happened one way or another.
Or what else we got going?
Oh, I don't know.
I kind of interrupt where you were at and head to that.
You never do, man, and we're all never
what's
here
the
for
Sylvester
anything
Stallone
specific.
thing you got here?
Stallone, bro. The Stallone baloney.
I like how you said that. I'm going to interrupt you yet again.
Uh-oh.
So Sankey had just said stuff. I'm like, hey, man, where have you been? Or what's up? I haven't talked to him in a couple of days. It's kind of odd. And it turns out he's like, well, I'm looking for this yogurt or these protein yogurt or something that Sylvester Stallone had. And he's like, man, I don't know. I can't find it anywhere anymore. He's like, so I'm kind of down in the dumps because of that. And then, like, while I'm on the phone with him, he's like, oh, there it is. It's right here. It's on Amazon. He's like, I got to let you go.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm no lie. So I got to find this stuff. But, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, so Stallone kind of got boned a little bit. So when he was trying to...
Stallone bone.
Oh, okay. That's cool, Mac. Just do your thing. What the hell?
I like that. Stallone bone.
He got boned. Stone blown. So he was he's my age. When he was 29. He was trying to get a movie out, or Rocky. He was trying to get it out there. And he's pitching it to everybody, and nobody wanted him mainly the people that were going to do it didn't want him. They didn't want him to be his own act. He wanted to be the star in the thing.
Yeah. They were going to buy it off of him.
And so they said, basically, we'll cut you a deal where he's not going to get any rights to any of the royalties on it, but we'll let you be the actor. And he wanted to be the actor so bad that he took it. So all the Rockies, even like the latest ones, because it's the Rocky character and they own all that, he ain't never seen any of it. Not a single royalty about any of the Rockies. Rocky 1, 2, 3. What? It says here, he says, I mentioned it a few times because after Rocky 2 came out and it made a ton of money, and then Rocky 3 hit and made more money than all of them, I said I'd like to have some ownership since I invented it, and that never happened, so I still have zero ownership of it. I was told it just doesn't happen, no one has it, and look, they're giving you more money on Rocky 3, so he got more money to act in it, but that was it. He just got acting money. So those guys came up pretty
Who's
good.
Those guys?
They did give their names up here.
Because I could have swore that's not the way it went. I thought he wrote his own script.
Robert Chardoff and Irwin Winkler.
Who are who? So who are they?
They agreed to take on Stallone on board because they were movie producers and he was looking for producers. So they took the script that he had written and then,
So they paid him to be his own actor, but they didn't give him the rights to the shit.
No contract for the royalties.
I gotcha. And it wasn't yogurt. It's
pudding?
Stallone high protein pudding, vanilla cream, 24-pack on Amazon.
He doesn't need that.
Sankey?
He doesn't work out. What the fuck do you need protein? Never mind. Do you, buddy? You just eat it up.
He was saying something. He was like dipping some other protein in this, or putting what is that? Sprinkled peanut butter protein onto these.
And then you got the
currently unavailable. So maybe he didn't double click into the right one, or maybe I'm on the wrong one. Or maybe 20 grams of protein, low carb, sugar free. The Stallone pudding.
I got nothing for it.
I don't know.
But there's good news at the end of this that we brought up earlier a little bit. They are going to make a second Demolition Man.
Okay, same guys?
Yeah, I'm assuming, yeah.
So like,
because Stallone was the one who announced it, but he did.
When was it first made? 93?
93. And so, Snipes was back into acting.
When it was 93, when did they make it into the future? Wasn't that like a reference of 2020s or somewhere around in this? Like,
I think you're right. We can look that up.
I just remember that I thought there was a thing that it was like.
Is Demolition Man the one where he's swearing at the thing to get toilet paper?
You are fine Johnston. You are Johnston. You are Johnston. You are fine President for repeated violations of the verbal morality statute.
So much for the seashells. See you in a few minutes.
Yeah, and they find him every time he's swearing.
Yeah.
So you'd be fucking in deep shit.
I'd be toilet paper heaven, baby. I'd be slanging it.
No, I'm saying all the swear words.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Get fined.
I'd just wipe my ass for free forever. I just wipe my ass with him. Just like Stallone did. If he could do it, why can't I, huh?
Because he's fucking having protein pudding, man.
No, he didn't at this time. This is a 93.
Well, that was in the future. So he may have went ahead.
Frozen in 96.
He probably came
2032.
20, so we got like 12 more, or 11 more years or so for this to
You
reality.
think that'll ever happen?
Well,
Los Angeles, San Diego, and Santa Barbara become one utopian San Angeles.
I mean, that's maybe possible. I do remember, wasn't there like a KFC and a Taco Bell combined or something like that was kind of edgy?
And it's
like,
real now.
That's what I mean. Like they were forward thinkers on a few things.
You know, Demolition Man, we're on to you.
Yeah, so like there was it a UFC event or some boxing event that was like in the 60s or 70s, and supposedly there's someone in the crowd with a cell phone like taking photos, so it was like they were trying to say that
I think you're right.
You know, there's been a few photos of different people, and I'm like, man, there's no way that those could have been photoshopped. You know, I don't know. Like
There's
some
no
of these
way.
some of these things.
You heard it from this guy.
That's what I mean. Why wouldn't like I already start manipulating a few things, and like that's how all Things Crackin gets on the map for these fake photos and shit.
Photos.
Yeah,
we're in different places. They're like, these guys are famous as shit. They've been everywhere, and we're just you perfectly Photoshop us.
I actually wanted this whole wall. Is that this wall used to be just photos and 8x10s of my daughter or myself and fucking places I've been and all that shit. I wanted to like make it to where like here's Jake with George Bush, here's all these photos of just like and then like go to a different room where it's just diplomas. I have my one buddy, he's pretty
different degrees.
My one buddy's pretty smart, so I was gonna actually how you could pay to do the online stuff, and like you could become a locksmith.
I'm an ordained minister.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but like lawyer, all these different things that they offer on those, and I wanted just to pay him to like, all right, man, take the test, figure this out. I need to be a locksmith by next week.
Yeah.
Here's my diploma.
Yeah, you're
and
like 12 unions.
What would be really cool is like just have like a party for every one of them though. So like
sure.
every week there's different flowers and like who's that, or like balloons and shit out front. Like
plumber party, bro. I made a plumber union.
Congratulations on
I made the
be in every union there's possible.
That's what I'm saying, you're all the unions.
Like have just a big freaking my business card is attached like a Santa Claus thing. Like
what do you do? Hold up.
Here's my card.
It's gonna roll out.
You gotta roll it up.
Yeah. Can I get that back? Actually, you guys mind? Don't step on that.
Here you guys go.
Don't step on that.
It's just like a banded up fucking roll, like money wad, but it's just business ventures.
This is what I do.
Yeah. Here's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you need but then when it comes to like when they need a plumber, I'm just like, let me get back to you on that. I'm actually busy that day, but I'll get someone else to fill in for me.
I'll call one of the guys.
I don't know.
That'd be great.
YOLO, bro.
YOLO.
You only live YOLO.
Yeah. You only live YOLOs.
All right.
Rolo's feeling YOLO.
What do you got going on, Chet Hanks?
Chet Hanks, bro. What the hell? How did you get that out of that? Chet. His kid? I'm not talking about that guy again. We talked about him once before.
But the Island Boys.
Is he a part of that?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Did you see
He's
those
just
guys
as bad.
that are making like 3.5
sent me
million?
the thing, and then I told you Barstool just like ate them up.
The one guy ate him up,
guy.
but the reason why he ate him up the minute it was
garbage.
what's the guy's name? It's like not Minuteman, but maybe it is because he talks for rants about shit for a 1 minute.
That's what but it ain't though. That's the thing. The videos are longer than a minute.
Well, it's also one bite. Everybody knows the rules.
And
he
takes
eats
2-3 bites.
Yeah, he eats quite a few bites.
I love it.
Did you see that dude from Barstool though? He David Portnoy. There's a couple of those that were pretty tight. So like one, he's got frozen pizza out now.
I did actually see that.
So I wanted to try that out. Maybe that's what we're gonna try out when we watch that Red Notice movie.
Fuck it.
We'll
do
do
a review about a reviewed pizza.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, I don't know.
This guy's always doing something.
We got to do something. Keep it rolling.
Keep the fucking ball going. Keep the people. Keep guessing.
Yeah. So, anyways, these island boys, they sat in a hot tub and they suck. They are the worst. Like,
it's awful. It's so awful. But they're saying the N word, claiming that they're fucking.
I don't know about that part. I didn't get into that.
Let's
not talk about that part of it.
That's what the guy was saying. It's fucked up.
I think the part that's wild is like that. How many more people are like even us? We're talking about it because of how shitty it is. But like, is that marketing genius too?
Yeah.
You know, like I think people fall into stuff and they don't realize like we could literally try our hardest to try to come up with the perfect podcast or the perfect YouTube videos, and when you try too freaking hard, sometimes it's just trying too hard and things don't work. I think you need to just turn the thing on, repetition. You get to learn what you're doing, and maybe at one point you got one that works, and then people kind of start to follow you because there's more content and all that. These ones, they just kind of posted one video of them badly singing, and I think it got shared because of that.
Yes.
Another guy because that's what Sankey and I have been doing, is getting on our TikToks, because that's what you do when you're 40 years old. You start a TikTok. The reason that intrigues me is just because of the digital media, and like when I come to businesses sometimes and I pitch different things, like when I sell someone a video, because that's what I went to school for. Spent $30-some thousand on trying to get an education that people can just do with their cell phones now. Yeah, that's a side rant, but the part of just the education that you still need to keep up with the trends. So like when you make and create a video, I can give it to somebody, but then they're like, well, what do we do with this now? Do we put it on TV? And like, no, you could put it on Instagram, you could put it on Facebook, you could put it on TikTok, you could put it on Snapchat. Each one of those has its own personalized way of doing it. Square videos for Instagram. Facebook, you can do things that are supposed to be 3 to 4 minutes long, and that's what helps you get more traction. YouTube, you can do even longer videos, and the more you get views after a certain amount of minutes, you can start getting some better funding or money because of the ad revenue. So I kind of got on the TikTok. Sankey keeps sending me freaking TikToks 3-4 times a day. So I'm finally like, all right, let's check it out. Posted just a clip of one of our things the other day of me and Sankey, because I think you were tuckered out this day, or you just weren't here yet. But it was just a clip of Sankey talking about his neck. That's not it. So William Hung.
To the William Hung podcast. All hung. How hung is William?
So I mean, it's kind of funny, but in the same, did you see that on what? 805 views, and this was posted last night. And like, I don't know, I got 96 likes, 17 followers.
That's weird.
It's very weird, and it's like, is these just all someone from overseas that is all fake? And
bots,
like, I think somebody had mentioned that before too, about it being ran by, like, someone's like, I'm not going to sign up because it's from Japan and it's all your information gets to China and all this. And I'm like, well, you think your information ain't already out there with all these other ones?
That's the tracking thing with people too. It's like your fucking phone. Really?
Yeah, you know, like if you're worried about it, or what are you doing that's going to be...
Yeah, like they even give a shit.
Yeah, I can't believe that, oh my gosh, now Japan knows that Sankey and I are fucking talking about William Hung.
Yeah, no joke. Yeah, exactly.
You can have that one.
Take it. I'll give it to you. I keep it.
Yeah, so
no, I'm in the same boat.
But what's wild is like the interaction of what I'm learning is like, so if you post a video on Facebook and it has William Hung's song, She Bangs, you will get flagged by not being able to use it, and then you can get slapped on the hand and all that.
You can't even put movie titles right now.
Right.
They take it down immediately.
So TikTok, you're able to tag the song, and it's actually a better way of, like, you can actually find what's popular on TikTok, or what's the songs that, like, the TikTok top 10 or some bullshit.
You're right. Yeah, no, I know.
So like when these videos, then they're being grouped in all together, more of that, and they're actually there's different ways of them being grouped in. So instead of just hashtags, they're now being tagged with the songs. So when you're going through that, you know, my buddy Clint, he's in the band Another Lost Year. So we discussed about, man, if we just have a viral video that goes, if that then pushes the song that he's producing to then...
Exactly.
It's not that boring.
I'm not yelling about that. It's late. It's my bedtime.
When it goes into that... that would be a better revenue for him to like people are wanting to then listen to it on like the full version on Spotify. Yeah. You get a certain amount of hits on Spotify, boom, then you get paid. That same thing, they're going to then maybe want to check out the music video on YouTube, more ad revenue, boom, you get paid. So all right, let's get on to a couple more of these.
Damn right. No, I like it.
So that was the deal about the TikToking. I don't know where I got ranted on about that one, but
I don't remember either. Actually, I was trying to follow it back for a second there.
We were talking about good luck. We were talking about the Demolition Man. Yeah. And then I just went off.
One. Yeah. Oh well. Anyways.
Chet Hanks.
That's what it came down to. Chet Hanks and then the Island Boys.
Island Boys.
We're not going back down. We're going back to where we were. So we figured it out. But anyways, Hanks, bro. We still focus on the Hanks. Because I learned today that people, whatever. Tom Hanks' brother Jim Hanks does most of the voice acting for Woody, not Tom. Tom does the movies, but he does like all the commercials, all the other stuff. Huh. Like, all the other crap.
I didn't even know there was a Jim Hanks.
I didn't either until I seen the thing, but yeah.
What's he look like?
A nerd.
Looks like Tom Hanks.
With bald. Looks like a bald
Like that's just a bigger nosed Tom Hanks. Like
Dude, it is too.
So,
what's he been in?
So honestly, is this the same
One
thing?
movie?
So didn't Tom Hanks get into the same conspiracy theory with who's the guy that died or that said that wasn't he didn't die?
Tom's in the Epstein group.
Epstein. So hold on, is this just Tom Hanks doing a meta version for is he rebranding himself as Jim Hanks?
He would be the smartest person to do that if he can get away with that. Do it. You should just do that because I don't know.
I think that there's not enough of that. If you ever saw the...
so he's like the video game Woody and all that.
Who's the guy I'm thinking of? Andy Kaufman.
Look at he's everything.
You know who Andy Kaufman is?
Yes. Jim
Carrey
does a very good Andy Kaufman.
He does, but the Andy Kaufman that I'm thinking about is what is Andy Kaufman's...
Oh, you're not thinking of that guy?
Yeah, but...
Oh, his weird character?
Yes. Tony Clifton.
Yeah.
So Tony Clifton has actually still been seen in different, because again, it was, to my understanding, Andy Kaufman. I don't remember how he passed away, but he passed on, but I think it was actually, he must have said to somebody like, hey, can you still carry on this legacy?
It's my dying wish.
Well, and again, it's just of a guy then acting as this guy, so it's just like, or it can be like a Tupac Elvis type situation to where like, is this guy still living? And then like, could he have just faded off and didn't really die? He actually is just still in as this Tony Clifton when he wants to come out of hiding.
Right.
I think it would be very difficult for any of these celebrities to like
continue to keep doing that without anybody knowing.
Well, those like nowadays. Tupac and Elvis, for example, they wanted to be in the media too, I believe. I think that it becomes just as addicting as Facebook or Meta, as when you get a certain amount of likes. If I keep getting thousands of TikTok likes, I'm going to probably keep posting TikTok videos because I'm going to be addicted to like the warm, fuzzy feeling it makes you feel that people love me. And maybe that's what I'm trying to say is celebrities. I think it's very difficult for them to sit in hiding in their own houses for a certain amount of years.
Yeah, unless they really find themselves done with it somehow.
Yes.
Some people do. Like, what's his name? I'm not saying he was part of it because of this, but Rick Moranis.
Yeah, Rick Moranis took a totally different thing, but that was kind of
he took off
very that's very, I don't even want to know what to say, like a
wholesome.
Yes, I very appreciate the way that he did that.
Oh, yeah, he's a boss for it.
That's a baller move.
Yeah, because
his wife passed away and
they took over.
Yeah, he just decided to be like, I'm raising my kids and
That's it.
Screw off.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's got that Honey, I Shrunk the Everything money.
Oh, you know he's sitting on the royalties. He's not stupid. Oh, more on top of that, he's got all them other ones too. Spaceballs.
Right, but I mean...
Little Giants.
Some of those may not have been as successful. And again, it could be a Sylvester Stallone of like he only got paid to act. It wasn't so much as the percentages of every time a DVD gets sold. And, you know, I don't know.
You are right. They probably didn't sell like Honey, I Shrunk the Kid. They had 2 or 3 of those. But the Kaufman thing, though. So I see why they think
Death hoax rumors.
Because he would talk about it like it was a grand hoax. He was making rumors about himself dying for a while, it says on here.
Yeah.
And then Clifton performed a year after Kaufman's death at the Comedy Store benefit in Kaufman's honor.
Right.
With members of his entourage in attendance, and during the 90s made several appearances at LA nightclubs.
Right. So like to me...
Bob Zmuda. That's who Jim Carrey portrayed Kaufman in Man on the Moon. Stated to NBC's special comedy salute to Andy Kaufman that the person doing the Clifton character was Bob Zmuda.
And is that Bob Zmuda the whole time, or was it just after dude's death? But either way,
I'm not sure.
Baller
He's done a
move,
lot of stuff though.
Baller move, and it's the same thing that I need you to do is somehow change your face to become Aaron Hammer if anything were ever to happen to me.
Yeah, you got it, buddy.
Okay, thanks. Which, since it is Halloween, every year I check out for the David Hasselhoff costume because I purchased that Aaron Hammer wig at Target one year.
Yeah.
And it was the David Hasselhoff Knight Rider costume. You could be Michael Knight as, you know, that was his character on Knight Rider.
Yeah.
So it was like in a bag suit, you know, in a bag that you could buy for $20 at Target.
Yeah.
And they were never anywhere. Every year I check, and you can't find them. I've tried to track it down straight to the company that actually made the thing. One year when I checked, all of a sudden, boom, there it is. I'm like, on eBay. So I bought the thing up, but it's funny to me because like when you Google that exact thing, you can still find all these things, and it's literally like you see Jake Saling's comments from years prior.
Why are you not selling these?
Like, where is this?
What happened?
Do you have any more? Can you please contact me at upyoursleeve@gmail.com? Like, oh, just good stuff.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm thinking that the battery is rolling, so I want to kind of power through these next ones. So Jim Hanks, that is pretty wild, though.
Yeah, I think that's going to be their thing if all of that ever comes down, or if he ends up staying in Greece and not coming back like he's claiming to do, Tom Hanks. I think that's going to be that's going to be their takeover.
You know, a company really, maybe this is a great idea that someone could steal from us, is that we could come up with more of a contract towards getting these artists. Like, there is so many different things that cartoons and commercials and things like that can be used for virtual stuff. Like, if I was just to record myself saying the alphabet and numbers and all that, and the way you pronounce it, I mean, look at Reface, for example. You could take a photo of somebody's head, put it on to somebody acting, and
super crazy.
There it is.
Hey, Holmes. Hey, man, that's soul, man. I've been smoking since I was born, man. I could smoke anything, man. I think you better light it in here, man.
What?
These gas fumes, man.
Oh, man.
But if you're able to, you could actually make legitimate commercials of the person doing whatever they want. And that's now. Imagine in 10, 20 years when Demolition is back. Demolition Man comes alive.
Shit, yeah, 2032.
Yeah, no.
Unmelt Stallone.
Shit.
Are you guys ready for that?
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. Taco Bell's going to merge with KFC. No, you guys don't even know the things that are going to happen. But yeah, man. I mean, it's cool shit. But, well, this is a long list of what I didn't think was. What I brought this up for originally was Indiana Jones, when he's coming in and saving them in Raiders of the Lost Ark, he is getting saved by a dude named, I believe it was Jock. I believe was his name. I can go back up to it here. But either way, yes, Jock. So he is also the same guy that flew the plane, same character and everything, for Jurassic Park.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like they kind of have the worlds together in a sense. Maybe not exactly the same timeline because they're 11 years apart.
Come in there and be on the pod. Whoa!
Record, brother. Record, Louie.
Come on, get there. All right, sit down. All right, we'll see how annoying this gets. But we can.
This is our third. This is Sankey. This is what happens when Sankey doesn't show up.
Don't worry about it. He's super excited to be here on the pod. I don't know if you can even see him, just his tail wagging.
He's came a long way.
So,
to make this. But yeah, so they're 11 years apart. Same character though. Same pilot.
Huh.
No.
Well, I don't remember what other movies like that, but there is like a thing to where they would use a reference of the same location, or that, you know, like there's been a character name or a location or a street name or something used in several movies. I can't remember what that thing is.
Yeah,
but,
I know what you're talking about though.
You know, there's like, oh, let's put this in. I think movies do that a lot often.
Well, usually when it's like the same director too, they do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Have like a little thing I'll put in. I'm pretty sure both these are Spielberg, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's what. So they got that from. Who was the guy who made the older guy in like the 50s or 60s that made the Birds?
Alfred Hitchcock?
Yes, Alfred Hitchcock. So Alfred Hitchcock, he would be in every one of his episodes.
Yep.
So I think that's cool as a director or a
I think he wrote that stuff too. I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that it's, to me, it's like just that.
Oh yeah, Stan Lee.
You literally, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You would watch those movies just to find. It was like the Where's Waldo
Easter egg.
Yeah. It's the Where's he at in this episode.
Yeah. And they're always someone random too. That was Dan Schneider, the guy who created like all them shows that I grew up with, like All That, A Man Show, Drake and Josh. He always did stuff like that. He'd be like a guy walking with nachos that gets pushed over or something, you know what I mean, or whatever. Like he doesn't ever. Don't bring up the feet thing. Don't you dare.
What do you mean?
Dan Schneider's got a weird foot thing.
Oh no, I'm not.
That people fucking like rip him apart for. they think he does like. They think he's part of that Epstein ring too, but he's not part of Epstein. You know what I mean?
What I was going to say is like, so I haven't remembered my last movie that I've watched of the Stan Lees or
oh Jesus, me neither.
Well, what I mean is that I thought that they even.
Oh yeah, I think they're CGI-ing him into him. Dude.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he's previously recorded like a bunch of shit like that.
Yes,
yeah.
Dog. So we got him the heavy duty one, the Kong.
Seems to be doing good though.
That was the other thing that I just got to Farm and Fleet and checked these out. For one, take a look at that bone.
What is that made out of?
It looks like anal beads.
Yeah, it does.
Pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
And then there is this one.
You want that laying on the couch when someone walks in.
Like, look at these brands.
That thing's getting taken out today, bro. They're eating that today.
Salami and cheese and watermelon.
Watermelon.
Like, what the fuck are you feeding your dog?
Picnic,
there ain't no way.
Taking your dog on a picnic, bro.
Yeah. I don't know.
They don't know. They're just doing things. Piece of shit costume kid. He looks like. Have you ever watched a Community?
That's the Tim Robinson, the guy that I showed you those on the Netflix skits.
He's part of Community?
No. Well, I don't know. He used to write for Saturday Night Live, and he's the one that also, did that show that we...
Wait, that's him?
Yeah.
That's his face?
Yeah, that's the dude that's...
He looks just like Starburns from Community in that fucking picture, except for the sideburns not being
he
there.
may be.
Like his face
I don't know
just
that
like
show, so I couldn't tell you.
Actually, why am I doing that? I have a fucking laptop right now. I'll show you what he looks like. Ooh, goddamn.
Pupper
I can't
dog.
type today for shit.
This, you see that too? Like that's that. That's just one of my favorite skits of the Tim Robinson where he's...
That is scary looking.
Don't you remember that skit? Like they put him all in the shit in his... Like he's in the mall.
We watched the whole season together in one night.
Yeah, I binge that all the time.
I know, but I can't remember every damn thing.
So they put a bunch of makeup on him, and they were making it like he was going undercover.
This is the guy I'm talking about. No, that's the guy I'm talking about that looks like the guy on your cover.
Well, they put all this stuff under him, and he's like, I can't fucking breathe.
Oh, yeah, and he's in the middle of the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I can't do this anymore. Yeah, and he's
and
just
they're like,
awkward.
what do you mean you don't want to do this? He's like, I don't know, like life? They're like, I don't want to do this no more.
It just gets sad as hell.
And then they're like, well, you don't have to do it no more. All right, I'll fucking do it. Like, but it was just good that he's all excited at first, and he's like, all right, by the way, we're gonna get this. It's gonna be funny. We're gonna do this. And then he gets all the makeup on, and he can't move, and he's just in the middle of the mall, and everybody's legitimately looking like, what the fuck is this guy?
He doesn't.
And he's like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe in this somewhere.
Do not rip the head off, Carmine.
I'm telling you that I am.
Do not rip the head off, Carmine.
Can't see shit off the sides of my eyes. I'm ripping the fucking head off.
Please, Carmine, don't rip the head off. That's hours of work.
I'm taking the chin off. It kills.
The chin kills.
Yeah, it actually does kill. It's quite heavy, Craig. You don't know.
That guy is funny.
All right, what's this one? This last one here.
Longest scuba dive guy. So it's cool because he scuba dived down 1,000 feet. My thing that got me was it took him. It said he went down
Scuba diving 1,000 feet. So like, how long is that staying?
That's what I was getting at, under the water. That's what I was bringing up.
And then isn't there some like you get brain damage at like 998 feet?
It's something like that where you get too low and you learn. What is it? It's the pressure gets you, and then there's something else too like that where.
But I like the guy that wouldn't you just like to hang out with a person that's like willing to like, hey, they said that this can't be done.
I'm doing it.
You know, and then like
I'm going down.
Like it's kind of like pro wrestlers when I've noticed that too. Like when they smash each other with the fucking steel chair right to the head. People are always like, well, it's a fake chair. Like, well, not really. And like, even if it's a piece of plastic, like it's probably.
Let me do it to you
like,
right now.
Well, and wouldn't it be? I mean, you could tell when it's a cookie sheet, right? Yeah. Like if a cookie sheet hits you in the head, I can understand how they fake that because it's just molds around your head.
Yeah, it's easy.
When it's a steel chair and these guys are doing that, you're not seeing it that way.
Maybe mankind is getting waylaid here.
Well, I hate to say it, but like Chris Benoit or when people got fucking nuts, it's like, well, they kind of put their body and their brain to some stuff to where
what's that called? CPD?
I don't know.
CPD? What's the football thing? The thing they're running on all the football
Well,
guys.
that's the reason why Brett Favre was even saying like he agrees that he thinks that their kids should not be playing football or like that type of
flag it till they get old enough.
Kinda.
Yeah.
You know. And I mean, I don't know what to say on that.
Dude, those youth leagues don't have the proper helmet for that anyways. You know what I mean? It's the same helmet they've had for years that is going on the next kid's head.
Like this
Yeah,
thing.
me and you probably could have wore the same helmet 10 years apart.
You just put a stocking cap on your head, you'll be good.
Yeah, it wiggles, coach. Put a fucking hat on. Oh my god. Put a hat on in between there. You're all right.
I remember that.
Couch cushion stuffed up in there.
Well, back in the day when back in my day.
Oh my god.
It was, we would do hamburger drills.
I never played football. I don't know any of this.
Okay, so hamburger drills is when one guy would have the football and one guy would be the defensive guy.
Is this even going still?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just went to 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
So we're at that limit. So basically you would stand up or across from somebody and only being like from the end of this table. So like basically the guy would say, hike! Or, go! And like you just tackle the other guy.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I remember, so like I went up to the heavyweight level because like I thought that's where all my friends went, and I was like a buck.
I was gonna say, there's no way you were a big guy. You're not a big guy.
Not even a buck yet.
Oh no.
So, but the best was because when you get lower than somebody, you tackle them easier, and I was great at tackling, so I was like always down low.
Yeah.
So no one could get lower than me.
That makes sense.
But those that did, like I remember one guy, Jason Niemeyer. He will never listen to this, but he fucking holy shit did he hit hard.
Get you some. Holy shamoli! Here we go. Say it. What are you saying? Run. There you go.
Going back to scuba guy, so he went down 100 or 1,000 feet, right?
Oh yeah, my bad. I was thinking about football. Fucking, so I'm sitting there listening.
Quit being
Just
a
go
goof.
for it, Lou. It won't pull my shit now.
Quit being a goof, Lou.
So we were both just thinking of it the same when the reason.
Why isn't the video on?
Fucking shit. So he goes,
Lewis,
do you want to learn about the scuba guy or not? You don't care. So, yeah, me and you were in the same boat. How long was he under the water? So, it took him 12 minutes to get down 1,090 feet. But motherfucker, you son of a bitch. So it took him 12 minutes to get down 1,090 feet, but it took him 15 hours to get back up from it.
What?
Yeah. He says, what?
Well, so, okay.
Yeah, that's what it says. It took almost 15 hours from the surface safely.
Gotcha.
I mean, he went down with a frig shit ton of tanks on him. I mean, look at all these tanks
okay,
on
so
him.
that's not scuba diving. In that, or, excuse me, that is scuba.
It is scuba.
I was thinking... What is it? No, snorkeling is what I was thinking.
God damn.
And I was like, well, how does he...
You're toast. If you just snorkel, you ain't holding your breath that long.
Like, just think of how long of the snorkel it is.
What did David Blaine?
Imagine a 1,000-foot snorkel.
How did David Blaine hold his breath?
No, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, he's just going down and adding. They're like, once it gets low, the guy adds another tube at the top.
It's a telescoping snorkel. You just keep pulling
He's got a buddy.
Lewis, settle down.
He's got a buddy at the top that's just linking him.
Yeah.
It's getting low, I'll link it. Guys, I'm getting a little water in my mouth down here. We sprung a leak.
Each time.
We sprung a leak, shit. Fucking. Oh, man. That'd be
That's
great.
actually...
SOS.
So we should start plugging in some fake fucking news every once in a while. Like to every one of our articles, if we have like 5 good articles, we'll fucking throw in one shit one that's just totally fake. So like tweak this longest scuba dive to longest snorkel dive.
Just tubing them.
Just the one long tube, 1,000-foot tube.
I'm not impressed because you didn't do the snorkel now that we fucking figured out this was an option.
Yeah, like
we solved that pretty quick. God, that'd be so bad. Imagine a current down there. Just swaying that tube. Moving that tube like a hose. Oh my god. You'd have to like screw metal pipe together. Like
that would be so good.
Tell them to quit dropping so fast. I can't get it.
So I would picture it almost like the fucking high school back in the day when we had like that 16-foot bong in my buddy's house.
Yeah,
and
my
we
buddy
would,
had
like,
one of those too.
Like it was like a 4-stager. Like he just kept...
You had stages?
Like, yeah, like you would take a 6-footer and you could stack them together.
Holy.
And his parents didn't really give a shit. So like literally we went, it would be before school, you know, because so you'd wake up at 6 in the morning to go over to your buddies to smoke out of a 12-foot,
Shout out to Ray Ray.
20-foot fucking bong.
Yep. Shout out to Ray Ray.
Water pipe, excuse me.
Tobacco.
Yeah. So basically, like I remember that being, I think, four 6-foot stages or four 4-foot stages.
You put 6 on top of the 4.
It was just long as fuck. We had a second story, and the way his stairs went, like went up and whatever, and then he was up. We would be up top where, like, hey, I'm going downstairs to light it.
Yeah.
And then like. They'd always be like, Georgie, what are you doing? You know, I didn't necessarily care, but in the same,
like, what the fuck?
They're not trying to get all the other kids to coming over to being like,
I remember
Georgie's
house and smoke his 2-story bar.
I remember they would limit the amount of kids that would come over because that's just common sense. Because there was like a line, like a VIP line that wanted to go over to Georgie's in the morning, and yeah, maybe I'll have to edit that part out.
No, they'll be okay.
Yeah.
See, ours just went across the room-ish. We would help. I was too short to reach it, so I would like put it out and have him right over there. But ours was not.
I remember.
It's probably 6 feet tops.
The one that he had was to the level of that you would have to twist the lighter on its end.
Yeah,
that's what they would do. That was the only way that I was able to use it.
That's how they did it, but I'm probably to this day still too short. I was like, come on, and they would always laugh at me. I'm like, just help me, dick. And they always just laugh. I'm like, you motherfuckers.
Oh, good shit.
I just want to be part of the gang.
Well, that's a little bit of the VIP podcast. You got a little bit of extras coming off the video that we don't ever edit. So I think things are moving forward, though. Now that I'm excited about TikTok. We got you coming back over.
Free time.
We're trying to do this 2 times a week. Mm-hmm. Not trying. We're going to.
No, we're going.
I think that's the big difference of it is that we didn't necessarily have the game plan, and I think life was just hitting us in different manners. At least for me,
Yes.
I know that my stress level was.
I didn't expect coaching to go as the way it went.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm glad it did.
Good shit,
No,
man.
I'm totally glad it did. But I'm just saying, like, white man, like,
So how
wanting one team turned into fucking 4, and then the fucking travel thing, and whatever.
how are in the coming up? When is when will that happen again?
Spring. I have
So-
winter workouts, but it's one Tuesday every week. I have one in November, literally one, and then one in December, and then January through the rest is like
Is that downtown or is that
MMPR building. Yeah. But it's just one Tuesday every week or every.
Who's the one that's putting that on for you or helping you schedule that?
I just made the schedule. Mo gave me the Excel sheet, and I made the schedule.
Gotcha.
And then they okayed it to make sure we weren't overlapping each other. Whatever.
Yeah. Right on, man. Anyways, yeah, good times, great oldies.
But everything seems to be coming to a good. I don't know what the word flow. Where it seems like everything's getting back to normal.
Yeah.
Everything's got time. It's time for everything now.
You'd think so.
No, I mean
But-
it's really not. But you know what we mean.
Yeah. Well, R.I.P. Barry Sanders. Miss you, guy. Hey, man, you fucked some bitches, bro.
You got them. You got all the
You
hens.
had a good life.
You
for
gave
a
me
damn
some
chicken.
some quality eggs out of them hens, boy.
All right, homie. Peace out.
Peace.
This is Barry Sanders. He's got those juke moves. Oh!